Welcome to multiple choice question 13 of the 2008 Mathematical Methods Exam 2. In this video, we will be looking at the solution for this question. A reminder that this video is in no way endorsed by VCAA. And now before we move on, I'd just like to point out that the use of a CAS calculator is an efficient way of answering this problem. In fact, it's about the only way we can answer this question. So for question 13, according to a survey, 30% of employed women have never been married. If 10 employed women are selected at random, the probability, correct to 4 decimal places, that at least 7 have never been married is one of the following options. And you can see already that I've highlighted some important pieces of information in this question. The first thing that I underlined was the 30% and the 10, and that's because we can start to identify that if X is the number of women that's never been married, it's distributed binomially. And for this one, we had a size of 10, so N is 10, and P, the probability of success, or in this case, the probability that they've never been married, is 0.3, and that comes from the 30%. So the question then goes on to say, the probability, correct to 4 decimal places, that at least 7 have never been married. That's the part that I've highlighted, and that's so that we can get this statement correct. So the probability that X is at least 7 is greater than or equal to 7, so 7 is included. And this is what we want to calculate using a CAS calculator. On the CAS calculator, go into the main menu. Next, we want to go interactive distribution discrete, because we've identified that it's a binomial distribution. And because it says at least 7, that means it's a cumulative probability that we're calculating. So it's binomial CDF that we'll want. So for at least 7, we need to start at a lower bound of 7 and go to the upper bound of 10, because that's the total number of trials or women that were surveyed in this question. And then the probability of success, which is the 30%, is 0.3 on the calculator. So hitting OK, that will give us the probability that we're after. So from the calculator, we can see to 4 decimal places, this probability is 0.010, and that last decimal place will become 6. So that makes C the correct answer for this question. And from the examiner's report, we can see that this question was done pretty well on the exam, with 67% of students getting the question correct. However, you can see that B was a common incorrect answer, and I'll actually go and explain now how the students got A and B if they selected those options. So the students who selected A misread or misunderstood the question and likely found the probability that more than 7 have never been married. So they started the lower bound at 8 and went up to 10 rather than starting at 7. And those that selected B, which was a large amount of students, they misread or misunderstood the question and actually found the probability that exactly 7 have never been married. So they didn't account for that at least 7, they just found the probability that 7 had never been married. So it's really important, I'll stress again, to read these questions correctly, and underlining and highlighting key points is a great way to ensure that you get this question right.